Hi class, this is part 2 of section 1.1. Example 3. A table discounted by 30% for a clearance sale has a price tag of $399. What was the original price of the table? Okay, so on an exam, you would be asked to assign the variable, which means you need to tell me what x is going to represent. So we're letting x equal the original price of the table, which you'll notice is exactly what we're looking for. Okay, so we then want to write an equation. So we start with the original price of the table, and then it's been discounted 30%. So remember, for 30% for our decimals, for our percentages, we want to write these as decimals. So 0.3 or 0.30. Again, x, we start with the original amount of the table, and then we're going to reduce the price. So we're taking something away. We're going to take away 30%, so 0.30, but this is going to be 30% of the price of the table. So 0.30 times x. Okay, so again, we have the original price, which is x, and then we're discounting it 30%. Okay, so take away 30% of that original price, and this should equal $399. Okay, on the left-hand side, let's simplify since we do have like terms. So I have x minus 0.30x. Well, that's going to give me 0.70x. So this equals $399. Okay, so if you go into a store and there's a 30% off sign, you can think of this as paying 70% of the original. So you're going to be paying 70%. So this equation should make sense. 70% of the original amount, so 70% times x, is what we're paying, $399. Okay, divide both sides by 0.70. So we have 399 divided by 0.70, and work this out. I came up with 570. So $570. Okay, and now let's just check this. So what is 30% of 570? So on your calculator, you're going to multiply 0.3 times 570, and this works out to be 171. So that's the discount amount. So you have 570 minus 171, and when you subtract, we do in fact get $399. Okay, so our answer makes sense. Example 4. Lee was paid time and a half for hours worked in excess of 40 hours and double time for hours worked on Sunday. If Lee has gross weekly wages of $1,083 for working 50 hours, 4 of which were on Sunday, what is her regular hourly rate? We start off by assigning the variable. If you're not sure, go back and reread the problem and simply let x equal exactly what you're looking for. Oftentimes this will work, and then if it doesn't, hopefully you've gained some insight working through the problem, and then you can make a better guess of what x should be. But in this case, we do in fact want to let x equal what we're looking for. So x is her hourly rate. Okay, so we know that Lee worked 50 hours. So 40 of those hours was at her regular salary, and then an additional 10 hours was her overtime. So of those 10 hours, we were told that 4 of those were on Sunday, which means that 6 hours were not on Sunday, right? Okay, so 4 hours on Sunday, and she gets paid double time. So I'm going to write a times 2 here for Sunday. These 6 hours were extra, so overtime, and she gets paid time and a half, so that's 1.5x. These 40 hours, I'll just write regular. For the first 40 hours, she gets paid her regular hourly rate. Okay, so we start off with her 40 hours, and for her 40 hours, she gets paid her hourly rate, so that's 40 times x. then we want to add her overtime. So she's working 6 hours at time and a half. So that's 1.5x. And so plus 4 hours double time, so 4 times 2x. And this should get her to her gross salary for the week, $10.83. Okay, you can think of this 40 times x. This x is kind of like a 1x, right? So that's her regular rate. 1.5x is double time. Sorry, 1.5 is time and a half. And then 2x is her double time. Okay, so hopefully those three values make sense. Okay, what we want to do next is simplify our equation on the left-hand side, and then we'll add like terms. So we have 40x plus 6 times 1.5 is going to be 9. So I have 9x in the middle, and then plus 8x. And this is equal to 1083. Add your like terms. So let's see, 9x plus 8x would give us 17. So 57x is equal to 1083. Divide both sides by 57. And I believe you come up with 19. So 1083 divided by 57 is 19. So her regular hourly rate is $19 per hour. Okay, example 5 is for you to complete and turn in through Canvas. A total of $100 is being divided between Sean and George, with George to receive $30 less than Sean. How much will each receive? So what I want you to do is to write an equation that can be used to solve the question. Okay, so I'll be looking for your final answer. How much money does George get? How much money does Sean get? But I'm also looking to see what equation you used to come up with that answer. Okay, as a hint, I think it's easiest if we let x equal the amount of money for Sean. Okay, and then if Sean is getting x dollars, try to figure out how much money George is going to get, and that might help you come up with your equation. Okay, students sometimes tell me that they were able to come up with the answer without an equation. Okay, so that's great, but you still have to go back and write an equation that would have worked. Okay, because the equation is really the more important part for figuring out how to do these problems in general. Okay, although there is value to having number sense and being able to figure out what the correct answer is. Okay, so again, I'm looking for both an equation that'll give you the answer and then also the final answer. Okay, good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.